Good evening, everyone. Today we will be dealing in the topic 3 of OR2, that is topic 3 of OR2, that is organization achieving increased competitiveness, productivity, profitability by using technological innovation and adapting creative technologies. I would request my students to start with the introduction. Before that, only the person who is speaking should turn on the video because of the bandwidth issue. I request you to uh, start by introducing and start the debate. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Ansa Sapagai and my UN ID is 19436735.
My name is Shine Pandit and my UN ID is 19436742.
ID is 19436740.
My name is Samiksha Tamang and my UN ID is 19436739.
My name is Saurav Khan and my UN ID is 19436746.
My name is Parisha Duladar and my UN ID is 19436733.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vikas Khadka and my UN ID is 19436737.
Good evening all. Firstly, I'm going to start this debate by shortly defining competitiveness, technology, innovations, creativity, technology. Competitiveness refers to the capacity to fight with the rivals for the similar level of price. Competitiveness does not really mean a capacity to beat every one of your rivals, yet rather your willingness to be associated with the rivals to remaining in the competitions and not only be completely outmatched. Technology innovations is new or better with technologies character are specifically different from before. Creative technology are critical link between developers and designs. Naturally, a creative technologist is a developer by trades. Through they understand the creativity process and have the wide skill set outside of the coding. It is not uncommon to find a creative technologist that is a uh, it is not that creative technology are critically linked between developers and designs. Naturally, a creative technology is a developer by trends through they understand the creative process and have a wide skill set outside of coding. It's not on it's not uncommon to find a creative technologist that is full-time developer and part-time animator, 3D designer, visual effects artist, and so on. Now I'm talking about how organizations achieve increased competitions by using technology innovations. The impact of technology innovations uh, result is greater and it is set the future of business development. Technology innovations during the 50s uh, was considered as a part of a development and an isolated result in the advancement of the research. Currently, it is considered as the process of dealing with and resolving problems mainly focused on the market and its various agents. It involves the access of the it involves the access of the knowledge with facilitate learning from different approaches. According to the Kemako 2008, today the business growth requires factors such as technology innovations that allow the creations and development of the productions and technologies capability to look for a product and promote their national and international competitiveness. According to the portal 1990, innovation is the key element in explaining competitiveness. The competitiveness of the companies represent the ability to operate in a global market, to remain profitable, and to be successful. And you can add to generate values added and job creations. Therefore, companies must grow with the idea of becoming more competitive every day. Directing the companies to beat the competitions which is promoted by the rising standard of the living that is served by human beings. With technology innovations, your company can form a suitable competitiveness advantage that can help certain submit your part as a certain or industry leaders.
So now talking about how technology is changing in organizations. Technology has changed the way people used to communicate in the modern workplace. The arrival of smartphones, social networking sites, chat apps has brought communication to a next level. Innovation has become the leading force of competitiveness, of growth, of profitability, and of the creation of durable values for organizations nowadays. Although it can be easily included in product or technology development category, this refers to a fundamental challenge for the entire business, and as such it must stand for a continuous process. At the same time, innovation is one of the greatest opportunities for marketing specialists to leave their mark on the organization, to take fundamental activities based on the profound understanding of opportunities presented by the market and the client's needs to overcome the functional role and to collaborate with all the company's employees so that to be close to strategic challenges and opportunities with long lasting effect. Technological innovation has provided a key foundation for firms' new product development activities that seek to produce solutions to unmet market needs. Prior research has noted that the importance of understanding technological innovations' roles in driving positive outcomes for firms and their customers. Frequently, scholars have focused on the newness of such innovation to explain why incumbent firms decline while other firms rise to success. With the regard to newness aspect of innovation, Chandy and Tellis 2020 stated that firms who use technological innovation and adopts creative technology is sustainability different than existing technology to hold the potential to disrupt competitors by fulfilling customer needs better than established solutions. Technological advancements have driven much of the progress that occurs in business today. The competitive business environment demands that companies remain on top of the ever-changing technology world. Marking smart digital investments leads to cooperation among actively engaged employees, better decision making, and increased profitability over time. Taking a well known example of PayPal, which has used a new creativity and technology for full service digital payments, in recent years, PayPal took steps to adopt new tech through acquisition of companies that specialized in newer payment markets. It acquired Braintree, a startup specializing in online and mobile payments processing for companies like Uber and Airbnb. Braintree also owned Venmo, a mobile peer-to-peer payment app that has a social networking aspect. In addition, PayPal acquired other companies like mobile payment startup Paydiant, Active, and international remittance platform to become a full-service payment business. PayPal's acquisitions has paid off. In 2015, Braintree expanded into 46 markets and proceed $50 billion in payments, which is double their 2014 figures. Meanwhile, Venmo users transferred $1 billion through the mobile app in January of this year alone. PayPal's revenue for 2019 year was 17.77 billion USD, a 20% growth, and they ended with 346 million active users in 2020. Mozilla can also be taken as a great example of this type of open source software development. Their product is the Firefox web browser developed by Mozilla's worldwide community of coders and other professionals. Mozilla has been at the forefront in advancing this kind of product development, and the development activities are carried out by Mozilla's community, where they are both volunteers and paid employees. Employees are motivated to volunteer at Mozilla because it is a great learning experience. They get to be a part of a community and are able to take part in Mozilla's events. Thus, it can be said that now every organizations are turning up to technological innovation platform to be much more competitive in the market and to increase their productivity and profitability.
Now talking about the technology productivity and the profitability, technology has revolutionized the way companies conduct business by enabling business to level the playing field with greater effectiveness. Business can use a bunch of arrays of tech, everything from server to mobile devices, to develop competitive advantage in the economic marketplace. Small business owners should consider implementing technology in their planning process for streamlined integration and to make room for the further expansion. This allows owners to create operation using the most effective technology available. Business owners can use technology to reduce business cost. Basic enterprise software enables a firm to automate back office functions such as record keeping, accounting, and payroll. Mobile tech allows home offices and field reps to interact in real time. For example, field reps can use mobile apps to record their daily expenses as they incur them, and then sync automatically with accounting software back at the office. According to Will Byers 2011, as technology is developing, business become more efficient since they are able to reduce their expenses and increase their profit. Although many existing technologies are designed to increase efficiency, a new type of technology that is attracting big attention is big data, including the use of powerful analytics software that enables business to utilize their data in order to gain a competitive advantage. Big data allows business to take advantage of their processing in order to increase their efficiency and reduce their expenses. Business can also increase their employee productivity through the use of technology. Computer programs and business software usually allow employees to process more information than manual method. Business owners can also implement business technology to reduce the amount of human labor in business function. This allows small business to avoid paying for labor cost along with employee benefit. Even fundamental business tech can have a major impact on employee performance. For example, by placing employee performance appraisal information in an online framework, supervisor can easily create a measurable goal for their employee to reach and sustain company objectives. Business owners may also choose to expand operation using technology rather than employees if the technology will provide better production output. The role of technology in differentiation is illustrated by Federal Express, known as FedEx, which reconfigured the value chain in small parcel delivery and achieve faster and more reliable delivery. The new technologies employed in Federal Express value chain were policy choices, but also had the effect of increasing sale economies and creating a first mover advantage. Thus, FedEx has gained a large market share. The cost of matching its differentiation has become very high for competitors. This example also demonstrates the point that a major technological development need not involve scientific breakthrough or even technologies that were not widely available previously. Small changes in the way a firm performs activities or combines technologies often underline competitive advantage. Another example can be the worldwide range of e-commerce. One of the most important advantages that technology can offer to the businesses are, regardless the industry, is access to a large number of customers that the business would not be able to approach otherwise. The rise of e-commerce, therefore the online business sale of product and services has brought massive change in the business world. According to eMarketer, the sales from e-commerce are expected to reach 4 trillion by 2021. This is a number that cannot be ignored because of technology. By moving the business to the internet, the business can gain access to markets all around the world. And with the help of right partners, the business will be able to sell the products to customer worldwide, thus significantly increasing the profitability.
I'm going to talk about how the use of technology can improve an organization efficiencies. Organizations today are faced with competitive pressure to improve efficiency and productivity. They need to respond to market changes through the continual improvement of their paradigms, products, practices, processes, and systems or services. As improvement in performance derives in large measures from innovation, Chapman 2006, 2009. According to Rosenbach 2005, dedicating more resources to innovation process outcomes leads to a greater increase in performance than dedicating more resources to innovation process inputs. Technology can play an important role in creating lean and efficient processes. It can help to reduce or eliminate duplications and delays in the workflow, as well as helps to three example areas where efficiency can be created by using technology are system can help to run an efficient warehouse by ensuring by the insurance of the right level of stock. In inventory management, there is even of the optimization of stock levels. Secondly, from project management, a project management software can help by building a work breakdown structure that organizes a large project into a list of tasks that need to be completed. In this way, organization can gain efficiencies by adopting technology.
Now, I'd like to add upon what my friend just said and what would like to talk about how do organization use information system to gain competitive advantage. Using information system to achieve competitive advantage can be described by Porter's competitive force models. This model provides a general view of the firm, its competitors, and the firm's environment. In this model, 5 competitive forces decide about the firm's future. Traditional competitors are companies which produce similar products and services within the market. Firms compete to attract consumers and make sure that they have the strategy and resources to keep their consumers satisfied. New market entrants are companies that are entering the business industry. However, every firm have different way of entering the market. The way a computer firm enters a market is different from how a pizza business introduces itself into a market. They have a high or low barrier of entry depending on how high or how high or low are the capital cost. In just about every industry, there will be a substitute products that can be bought. Firms make sure that they can make quality products within minimum of cost resources. A company also has to put great emphasis on the relationship with suppliers and customers because this is what their business revolves around. A firm makes sure that they have different choices of suppliers so as to regulate and receive raw materials on time in order to meet customers needs. This is also a strategy which is used to attract the customers. According to Azhar and Miriam in International Journal of Scientific and Technology Research, published in 2019, business attains its competitive advantage with the great help of information systems. The competitive force which assists in competitive advantage includes traditional competitors, new entrants, substitute products, customers, and suppliers. Also, the method that business utilizes in order to fight against these competitive forces are vital and important. The internet also influences competitive advantage greatly. With this help and help of information systems, business compete on global scale with different business models. Furthermore, a business can compete on quality, design, and business process. Having information system today in today's society helps business stay more connected with the world and importantly with its customers. Information systems help connect business with its customers by relaying information quickly back and forth. This fast transmission, for example, helps suppliers know more rapidly what to supply and the demand for their supply. Knowing the demand for the supply not only creates efficiency in the business, but also makes customers happy. This efficiency created by information systems helps customers with its overall success by having high revenue. This model explains how the competitiveness of a firm is affected by new market entrants and so on. The value chain model helps firm decide what information systems adds are of value to the firm. These decisions are applied to two activities called primary activities and supportive activities. A firm wave is another model that is made up of information system to help a firm become more efficient with business partners. In addition, it mentions how the introduction of internet helped companies improve quality and compete in the global scales. We can also talk about how it brings the company's costs down and adds value chain model to its function. Talking about Microsoft Excel is one of the software that relates database to one another, creating relationship, allowing business to use applications more efficiently. Also, Microsoft Excel is preferred to be used over Microsoft Excel because it create relations. As also, we can talk about Amazon, which utilizes specialized information system in its business process to attain competitive advantage to improve efficiency in collection, storage, and analytics for their customers' personal information.
Okay, so undoubtedly, the 21st century has become the age of technology, which has significantly made a drastic change in the form of business and its environment in the way today's business operates. So, looking at how technology can actually provide the competitive advantage to the firms, as according to an article from Paldesk, says that firstly is through automation and productivity. So, smaller businesses can actually compete with larger ones by being more swift and agile and responding to changes faster, as information technology can improve one company's efficiency and decrease human error by developing automated processes. Uh, Another article from Harvard Business Review, written by Porter and Miller, states that in any company, the information technology has a powerful effect on competitive advantage, either through cost or differentiation. So, firstly, by lowering cost, as we have seen that information technology can often alter a company's cost in any part of the value chain, the technological historical impact on cost was confined to activities in which repetitive information process has played a large part. So, secondly, is through enhancing differentiation, as the impact of technology on our differentiation strategies is also equally dramatic. The role of a company and its product in the buyer's value chain is the key determinant of differentiation. So, the new information technology makes it possible to customize products, and by bundling more information with the physical product package sold to the buyer, the new technology affects a company's ability to differentiate itself. For instance, a magazine distributor offers retailers processing creditors for unsold items more efficiently than its customers. And also, by changing the competitive scope, the technology increases a company's ability to coordinate its activities regionally, nationally, and globally, as it can unlock the power of broader geographic scope to create competitive advantage as the technology has become more widespread, and the opportunity to take advantage of new competitive scope will only increase.
Michael Porter from the Harvard Business Review says new technology changes the nature of competition by changing industry structure and in so doing altering the rules of competition, creating competitive advantage by giving companies new ways to outperform their rivals and spawning whole new businesses, often from which a company's existing business operations. According to Porter 1985, to have a competitive advantage, a firm must create superior value for buyers by devising a competitive strategy that is able to establish a profitable and sustainable position relative to competitors. According to Dehing 2003, information technology has the capability of creating competitive advantage. Information technology is more than just computers and must be conceived broadly to encompass the information that businesses create and use, as well as a wide spectrum of increasingly convergent and linked technology that process the information. A study by Denchwer 2010 concluded that firm adopting information technology enjoys innovation, growth, cost reduction, alliance, and differentiation advantages. On the other hand, information technology enhances information processing, communication, and alliance pattern. These characteristics could improve small and medium enterprises' competitiveness in internal markets, as well as facilitate relationships with other firms within the same value chain. The motivation by firms to use information technology as a means of gaining competitive advantage is driven by their need to achieve low cost delivery of products and services, deliver differentiated products and services, be able to focus on a specific market segment, and also improve on innovative practices on the organization, as we had discussed in the previous debate. According to Wu 2013, information communication technology enhances firms' efficiency and competitiveness by promoting better communications and interaction with customers, enabling for cost saving and enhances growth and performance. With the advances in technology and the evolution of IT, many large corporations are fundamentally shifting their views of IT as a way to gain market share, launch competitive products, and enhance their services. For small businesses, these advancements are great news as they can often realize the same benefit of IT as their large business counterparts. At the center of this fundamental shift in IT are mobile and cloud-based technologies. Mobile devices already play a significant role in our everyday lives, but they have been playing a stronger role in business. Businesses are looking to have a mobile strategy that could give employees secure access to their business data, apps, and productivity suites regarding of where they are located. The ability of an employee to respond to an email from a lead or access a file and deliver a proposal in a timely fashion can be the difference between winning the business or not. Thus, the business with a mobile strategy is at the significant advantage for landing that new account or retaining an existing one. The advantage is fueled by the emergence of cloud technologies. More and more customers are beginning to see the value of cloud services and how they can not only support an effective mobile digital strategy but modernize operations technology. Some of the biggest recent success stories of where mobile and cloud-based technologies provide a significant competitive advantage and created a new marketplace include car services like Uber and Lyft. These companies leverage technology to enhance and revolutionize the outdated concept of taxi services. The result is an efficient business model that meets the needs of today's mobile and connected consumer.
Now I'm going to talk about how does technology improve and increase the productivity. Professionals agree that increased technology integrates is promoting companies to capitalizing on industries needs, employees engagement, and is generating increased productivity. Business of all the size can benefit from the putting proper software and hardware tools in place to help the face challenges and improve results. Today, technology enhanced workshop uh, can communicate from anywhere in the world and access huge amount of cloud-based data at any time. Business that control these innovations are able to perform scale and shift far better than before. Small and medium-sized business are continuously looking for the new technology to create a workshop that is more productive, more efficient and more innovative. Some of the way today's technologies help increase the productivity of the organization are that it is connecting single workshop, enabling collaborations tools, getting organized, being reachable and knowing your pain points. Technology improved the productivity by enabling more effective communications. It also allows the teams to customize workflow and increase and enhance collaborations. Technology also enable the automations of mutual tasks and promote high value of work and increase the employment engagement.
Today's business landscape is often in a state of flux. Whether these changes are cultural, economic, or technological, companies are challenged to keep their business relevant in the face of an evolving market. No matter how successful a company may be, they can be vulnerable to current trends or rapidly advancing new technology. The example of adapting new technology company are Netflix online streaming. Now an online streaming juggernaut, Netflix started as a DVD rental home delivery service. At the peak of its popularity in 2010, Netflix DVD by mail service had 20 million subscribers. Netflix has since been pulling in substantial growth in revenue and subscriber numbers in recent years. Its online streaming business unit is booming with 6.1 billion in revenue and 75 million subscribers in 50 countries. And their DVD by mail business is also alive and well. 5.3 million subscribers still pay for their monthly DVDs daily delivery service. Second example is National Geographic integration of new media. The yellow bordered National Geographic magazine has come a long way. Founded 128 years ago, the magazine was at risk of dying out along with some of its peers in print publication because of digitalization. Their subscription revenue fell from $289 million in 1999 to 211 million dollar in 2009. National Geographic embarked on a massive restructuring on sought to diversify their media platforms. As a result, the company made a total of $569 million in revenue in 2013, with both their print and digital business units thriving. Thus, mhm, National Geographic successfully made the transition to digital by strategically integrating various media platforms.
Mm. Technology affects competitive advantage if it has significant role in determining relative cost position or differentiation. Since technology is embodied in every value activity and is involved in achieving linkages among activities, it can have a powerful effect on both cost and differentiation. Technology will affect cost or differentiation as it influences the cost driver or driver of uniqueness of value activities. The technology that can employed in a value activity can be result of other driver, such as scale, timing, or interrelationship between them. For example, scale allows high-speed automatic assembly equipment, while early timing allows some electric utilities to harness hydropower while sites are available. In these instances, technology is not the source of competitive advantage, but rather an outcome of the other advantages. However, the technology employed in a value activity is frequently itself a driver when it reflects a policy choice and made independently of other drivers. Firms that can discover a better technology for performing an activity than its competitors thus gain competitive advantage. In addition to affecting cost or differentiation in its own right, technology affects competitive advantage through changing or influencing the other driver of cost or uniqueness. Technological development can raise or lower scale of economies, make interrelationships possible where there were not before. creating the opportunities or for advantages in timing and influence nearly any of the other drivers of cost or uniqueness. Thus, a firm can use technological development to alter drivers in a way that favors it, or to be the first and perhaps only firm to exploit a particular driver. Two good example of the role of technology in altering relative cost position are underway in the aluminum industry and illustrate these points. The dramatic rise in energy cost has made power the largest single cost in aluminum smelting and transform a number of firms into high cost producer because of the cost of their powers. The great majority of Japanese aluminum smelter fall into this category. For example, to deal with the problem, Japanese firm has worked actively on carbothermic reduction, or breakthrough technology that dramatically lowers power consumption of by converting bauxite and related ores directly into aluminum ingot without the intermediate alumina step. Here a new technology is itself a policy cost driver. Carbothermic reduction would also reduce the importance of location and institutional factors such as cost driver by reducing power consumption, because location and government pricing policies for power strongly influences electricity costs.
Competition is more and more present on the business environment, on the firm's environment, and on the management decision making. Mainly in the last and in the current century, the market globalization deeply influenced how the companies compete among themselves and for their own survival. The unprecedented pace of technological advancement, progressing digitization and datafication of the business world, confluence and fussing of digital and physical technologies, and growing interconnectivity of tools and machines that feature the present business landscape have created a broad range of challenges and opportunities that are transforming firms, business processes, and the very nature of competition. The markets have become more complex and unpredictable, demanding from the management mechanisms which can follow and recognize future trends in the industry in which the firm is inserted. Knowing the competitors' movement have also become more frequent by the firm. It is no longer possible to expect that a competitor implements a new market strategy without having in mind how to react. The introduction of information technology into an organization is generally accompanied by changes to organizational form and function. Marcus and Roby 1988 identified three organizational paradigms that help explain how change enabled through information technology affects organizations. They are technological determinism, the organizational imperative, and the emergent perspective of organizational change. Technological determinism views information technology as an exogenous variable that determines the behavior of organizations and their members in a generic way. In this view, the consequences of manipulating a given technology will always be the same, independent of actors and context. Hence, the notion that for any given technological intervention, there will be a predictable outcome. The organizational imperative approach to change reflects the strategic choice paradigm of management theory. It assumes that managers can control the process of change directly based on their search for rational solutions to organization problems. In this view, organizational actors have unlimited technological choices to produce a desired impact. While technological determinism downplays managerial choice, the organizational imperative approach assumes that the latter is the critical factor in understanding the link between information technology and organizational change. Finally, the emergent perspective attributes changes to the unpredictable interaction of technological features and actors' intentions. In this view, the aggregate effect of participant action, technological artifacts, and organizational context determines the actual consequences of the intervention. If neither the technology itself nor the rational manager, him or herself, totally controls the process of change, other contingencies which affect possible outcomes must be considered in the analysis, and in the management of change. This highlights the role of context, broadly defined as the set of circumstances or facts that surround a particular event or situation. The role of technology has in introducing change in the enterprise cannot be overestimated. Silos of information, content, people, and processes are perceived across most organizations are handicapped and unable to compete against more technological agile competitors. They are trapped by systems that are too complex and take too long to implement or change. Enterprises, in particular, are saddled with complex monolithic legacy applications that were often designed for
Okay, so um, I'd like to provide some examples of companies that have impact on profitability due to the technological shift. So as I mentioned earlier, that in addition to playing a role in cost, information technology also often alters the cost drivers of activities in ways that can improve a company's relative cost position. An article from CNBC provides with an example of Louisiana Oil and Tire that has taken all of its salespeople and transformed them into telemarketers. So by switching their business operation, and it has been reported that this has allowed the cost of expenses to have fell by 10% and the volume of sales to increase by more than twice. So another example is of McDonald's, a leading innovator in the fast food industry. According to reports from Business Insider from the 2018, said that the restaurant chain experimented with outsourcing drive-through orders to call centers and introduced kiosks at its locations since the year 2015 and has installed to 14,000 locations by the year of 2020 in US. So the order automation is sweeping the quick service industry with digital kiosks and mobile ordering apps being introduced at major chains of kiosks and higher menu prices has actually become a driving force of sales for McDonald's, as the restaurant chain has reported revenues generated of 5.37 billion, and only in the United States the company sales rose by 2.4% for the quarter. Another is the furniture giant that is IKEA. So according to article from Forbes says that when IKEA acquired TaskRabbit, a platform that allows customers to connect to individuals who will assemble their IKEA furniture, it gave its customers a way to avoid the do-it-yourself trauma. So as with IKEA, the Place app and its augmented reality, customers can try out different furniture in their home and before they decide what to purchase. This app has been downloaded already over more than 2 million times and has been widely used. So the company also has plans to determine how to consolidate their different apps to allow customers to browse their catalog, plan store visits, and virtually decorate from one app. So the digital technologies are expected to allow IKEA to reach more customers in most cost effective way than building new stores and paying high real estate prices.
As we have talked about various positive factors of information technology for organization to gain competitive advantage, now I'd like to talk about the negative impact of technology in an organization. While mobile or and other technology have had many positive impacts in business, there is some negative impact of technology on business communication to consider as well. First of all, talking about technology dependence, this happens in every business and industry. Starbucks implemented new technology in the early 2000s that enabled baristas to enter an order in the POS system and sticker with the order would print so that the barista at the espresso machine would know that, what drink to make. Some stores reposted regular failures of their system, meaning they didn't have labels being printed and had to revert to their previous COP marking system. There was one major problem. The old COP marking system had stopped being taught to new employees, which caused major delays and reduced customer experience. Any business that had their communication processes helped by technology faces the possibility that will have revert back to a previous technology or process in the case of tech failure. Another one is reduce interpersonal communication. Another negative impact of technology and business is that it can regularly reduce interpersonal relations in an office. A lack of collaborative environment can have impact on teams. This can be because of employees communicate primarily through chat programs like Skype instead of walking to each other desks or picking up phone, or it may have to do with the fact that technology enables a more remote workforce and with fewer in-office meetings. It's more difficult to establish and maintain one in-depth professional relationship. Another one is retaining. Technology comes with many benefits, but as technology comes along that replace the old, that means a constant rotation of retaining on processes and software. This can sometimes overweigh the benefit of using new technology in the first place. Conversely, sometimes businesses get locked into long contracts with technology not to be the best solution for their company. So even if better technology is available, they are unable to utilize it without benchmarking their contract. The another factor would be safety. Customer, employee, and company large locked on-sitting filing cabinets. Technology had made the storage, access, backup, and distribution of this data much easier, but it has also come with the cost of hacking and data breakage. Business who utilize technology like cloud-based storage need to particularly recon side of their data security. Hence, while overall the impact of technology in business has been positive and beneficial for businesses, some has seen the negative impact as well. The negative impact of technology and business communication has touched areas of business from IT sector and to operation to simple team dynamic. Being aware of the potential negative effect of technology in business can help you plan for how to manage any issue that might lead to communication breakdowns, disruption, or delays.
Technology affect the way of individual communications, learning and thinking. It helps the society determine how people interact with each other on the daily basis. Technology play an important role in society today. It has positive and negative effects on the world, and it impact daily lives. We are living in an era where technology advances are common. The internet and the cell phones are examples. However, the technology advance that are downside to it all. As my friend told about the negative impact of the technology on the organizations, now I'm going to give some positive impact of technologies on organizations. Technology advancement have the positive effect on efficiency, culture, and the relationship of the organizations. Throughout the technologies, the organizations will be more secured when the technology is united with all the CRMs approach. Then it will help help in developing the organization massively. The great advantage that is derived from the technology is good communication service. The organizations can connect with the virtual employees, client, and consumers to video calls and video and voice call. Business have rise of the next level of providing online communication service. Uh, people can communicate with each other easily through the software such as Duo or Skype. People who are physically disabled can work like normal people and all, thanks to technology. Because of the outsourcing web development service have helped them a lot. Technology plays a uh, technology play a main part in growing organizations by promoting them on the online platform and other social media platform. With technologies, and small organizations can now compete with the large organizations without even investing dollars. With the technology, everything is quick, easily available.
Why is technology important in business? Technology has some important effects on business operations. Some of the operations are communication with customers, and first and foremost, technology affects a firm's ability to communicate with customers. In today's busy business environment, it is necessary for employees to interact with clients quickly and clearly. Efficiency of operations. Technology also helps a business understand its cash flow needs and preserve precious resources such as time and physical space. Warehouse inventory technologies let business owners understand how best to manage the storage costs of holding a product. Security. Most business of the modern era are subject to security threats and vandalism. Technology can be used to protect final data, confidential executive decisions, and other proprietary information that leads to competitive
technology affects competitive sorry. Since a firm technology is often interdependent with its buyer's technology, technological change by the buyer can affect competitive advantage just as can technology change within the firm. This is particularly true in differentiation strategies. A distributor that once differentiated itself by performing pricing and inventory control function for its retail buyers may lose that differentiation if retailer switch on line option of a sales system. Similarly, change in supply technology can add to or subtract from a firm's competitive advantage if they affect the driver of cost or uniqueness in a firm value chain. Technological change can shift the bargaining relationship between an industry and its buyers. The role of an technological change in differentiation and switching cost is instrumental in determining buyers' power. Technological change can also influence the ease of backward integration by the buyer. A key buyer bargaining lever in the computer service industry, for example, the rapid decline in the cost of computer driven by technological change is having a major impact on the ability of firms such as time sharing and since many buyers can now afford their own machines. Technology can alter the nature and basis of rivalry among existing competitors in several ways. It can dramatically alter the cost of structure and hence affect pricing decision. For example, the shift to continuous process technology is in the corn wheat milling industry mentioned above has also raised fixed costs and contributed to greater industry rivalry. A similar case in fixed costs as a percentage of total cost has accompanied by the increasing deadweight tonnage of oil tanker made possible by improvement in shipbuilding technology. The role of technology in product differentiation and switching cost is also important to rivalry. Another potential impact of technology on rivalry is through its effect on existing barriers. In some distribution industry, for example, automation of material handling has raised exit barriers because the material handling equipment is specialized to the particular good moving through warehouse. Hence, where technological change plays an important role in altering business boundaries. The boundary of an industry is often imprecise because distinction between an industry product and substitutes and potential entrants and incumbents and suppliers or buyers are often arbitrary. Technology can also narrow industry boundaries. Technological change may allow a firm to tailor the value chain to a particular segment. The segment can in effect become industry. Portable cassettes player, for example, have become a full-fledged industry independent of larger cassette player and cassette player used in dictating. This has been due to technological advancement that improve their performance and widen their uses.
Now I like to further talk about how companies use technology to solidify a competitive advantage. An example of some companies in today's world, every successful company is a tech company. It's become impossible to separate business strategy from technological innovation. So everyone from retailers to healthcare professionals are investing heavily in tech solutions to help them improve offerings and drive businesses. We are also living and working in the age of industry overhaul, where tech companies like Yelp, Netflix, and Lyft have essentially obliterated out long-standing giants like Jagat, Blockbuster, and traditional taxis. The underlying message is clear: adapt to the digitalization of the workplace or become obsolete. For many executives, this push to embrace innovation is perplexing due to the constant dialogues of exciting new technologies. The US economy grew 2.3% in year 2017, says Adam Roser in Forbes magazine, but technology is expensive. An example bond of companies that went bankrupt because of invested in wrong technologies or the right one but too soon. Artificial intelligence triggers a substantial amount of both excitement and fear, as well as lots of media coverage. In recent Gartner study, every company surveyed relate the intention to incorporate artificial intelligence driving solution, with 41% already in the pilot or adoption phase. Machine learning has become increasingly abundant in many new technologies and solutions, deliberating in-depth insight into business metrics and improving database decision making. Consider supply chain management. While even highly seasoned professionals are prone to understand or overstocking, machine learning forecasting engines apply algorithms and hierarchies to predict future need with exceptional accuracy. Food giant Nestle use supply chain forecasting to improve forecasting accuracy on a global level, with more than 445 factories operating in 194 countries. This strategy improved Nestle cell precision by 9.9% in Brazil alone, as per Forbes magazine. Predictive analytics can foresee everything from employees' retention to long-term weather patterns, and machine learning continuously and automatically improves prediction with experience. Boston Medical Center applies predictive AI analytics to determine staff and room allocations during peak times, optimizing schedule while improving efficiency and wait times. Avalanche used blockchain technology to register diamond and eliminate counterfeiting. This technology also allows all diamond industry participate to track where a diamond has been from origin to customers. Blockchain has gained fairly recent attention in association with cryptocurrency, but on a large scale, blockchain is encrypted, secure system of roads. This has applications in government, HR, and many other industries. Just as Avalanche has used its technology to eliminate counterfeiting of their product, other companies use blockchain for tracking and quality assurance, among other things.
New technologies are revolutionizing the world of work. They have already become an integral part of organizations throughout the world, driving the growth of the two most powerful new forces in the global economy: cyberscape and computing power. In turn, these technological innovations are creating formidable new changes for organizations and employees. A technology or process will be implemented within an organization either because a performance gap leads to managerial need to change technologies or processes, that is managerial pull, or because a promising new technology emerges, that is technology pull. The underlying objective for the implementation of new technology or process typically is the anticipated contribution to the performance or effectiveness of the adaptation organization. Organizations now have the flexibility to restructure rapidly to suit fasting changing competitive environment and customer needs. Technology provides organizations with the opportunity to communicate and transact business more efficiently and effectively than at any time in the history. The impact of these technologies on both employees and organizations will be profound, and the challenge for managers now is to anticipate and upgrade the impacts of these. A range of factors, including technical innovation, the globalizations of business, increasing competition, and the growth of new customer markets, are driving rapid advances in new technologies. New technologies in symbolic fashions are driving the development of cyberscape, virtual reality, and a new generation of self learning intelligent computers. Therefore, we must start to think about the potential impact of these new technologies on organizations. Organizations will continue to fragment and die with ever increasing frequency and unpredictability. Merger mania will continue inevitably amongst large bureaucratic second wave organizations that are unable to maintain their competitive advantage in a third wave economy. The virtual corporation will become an increasingly common organizational form. Many more employees will become highly mobile through the use of smartphones and other devices that integrate PC technologies with email, mainframe computing, financial services, advertising, and consulting. Working away from the office most of the time will become the norm. So, undoubtedly, we can say that organizations will achieve increased competitiveness by using technological innovation and adapting creative technologies in their respective organization.
Okay, so due to the global pandemic, several companies have adapted to technological shift as the transformation may provide several benefits. However, there are also several aspects to consider before implementing the technology in the company. As according to article from Forbes, firstly is looking at the return on investment. So understanding the cost benefits offered by the technology and how it affects the company's bottom line not only justifies the effort put in, but more importantly, puts concrete numbers to determine the return on investment as well. Secondly is aligning the technology with the strategy. As when the technology is chosen, the question is to explain why is it chosen to a new solution to the stakeholders by showing them how the new technology will benefit both the company and its employees' work life. Regardless of the title, employees tend to push back if they can't see how a new system ties to a larger, well thought out strategy. So, focusing on the positive benefits such as showing the perks, conveniences, and improved workflows will allow to validate the distance taken. And with the advancement in technology, it is also difficult to determine the right time to adopt the right technology as well, as it is crucial for companies to look beyond the trends and only and look beyond the trends only and make sure that the new technology changes actually adds value in both near and the long term horizon. So it often takes time to incorporate new technology into matured organizations. So keeping in mind that the technology adopted provides for long term competitive advantage, as it is, however, recommended for companies to adapt to technological change. According to article by Palace, also says that it enhances the organizational activities by minimizing the time waste and results with cost saving. The time is productively used and organizations' objectives are achieved much quicker.
In the landscape of the 21st century, firms have been staged in a complicated competitive situation influenced by many factors, including globalization, increasing technologies, and increasing speed of diffusion of technologies. As part of this new vision, firms need to act differently than before to survive and thrive. In particular, firms must seek new sources of competitive advantage and implement new forms of competition, which requires a clear understanding of the nature and dynamics of the race. According to the concept of competitive advantage that is derived from the concept of strategic management, it can be said that competitive advantage is the result of a dynamic and continuous process given the position of the external and internal comes of organization resources, and by deploying the right resources, abilities will be raised such that advantages of these capabilities brings competitive advantage for organizations. We live in a global world where technology, especially information and communication technology, is changing the manner in which businesses create and capture value, how and where work, and how we interact and communicate. If we look at the five technologies that are transforming the very foundations of global business and the organization that drive it, cloud and mobile computing, big data and machine learning, sensors and intelligent manufacturing, advanced robotics and drones, and clean energy technologies, these technologies are not just helping people to do things better and faster, but they are enabling profound changes in the way that work is done in organization. As Murray 2015 contends, together these innovations are hurting us toward a new industrial revolution. Savvy corporate leaders know that they have to either figure out how these technologies will transform their businesses or face disruption by others who figure it out first. Business systems have reached the point where it's difficult to imagine operating even a small company without basic technology, such as a desktop computers to receive emails and keep records. While mobile and other technology have had many positive impacts on business, there is some negative impact of technology on business communication to consider as well. This happens in every business industry. For instance, Starbucks implemented new technology in the early 2000s to improve customer experience. Starbucks with the order would print so that the barista at the system at the espresso machine would know what drink to make. Some stores reported regular failures of their system, meaning they didn't have labels being printed and had to revert to their previous cup marking system. There was one major problem. The old cup marking system had stopped being taught to new employees, which caused major delays and reduced customer experience. Any business that has had either their communication processes helped by technology faces the possibility that they will have to revert back to previous technology or process in case of tech failure. Another negative impact of technology on business communication is that it can regularly reduce interpersonal relationships in an office. A lack of a collaborative environment can have an impact on teams. This can be because employees communicate primarily through chat programs like Skype instead of walking to each other's desk or picking up the phone, or it may have to do with the fact that technology enables a more remote workforce and with fewer in-office meetings. It's more difficult to establish and maintain more in-depth professional relationships. On the other hand, the enhanced access to information made possible by a computer system raises a range of privacy issues. By collecting data about consumer needs and behavior, companies are able to effectively target advertising and promotion. Many consumers consider this kind of record keeping a violation of privacy, and it raises a host of legal issues. Similarly, businesses can use technology to monitor employee behavior and performance, but this type of surveillance can create a hostile work environment. In addition, businesses can fall victim to individuals who hack into their computer system and steal valuable property information. In conclusion, today information has become the main component of what we produce, do, buy, and consume, having an economic value in almost all products and services that meet the needs of today's business society. It has been now obligatory for individuals and organizations to obtain information technologies and to actively use them in both work and social life domains. Hence, in the current information age where information is seen as power, this situation has made it imperative for organizations to become increasingly information-based and to benefit from information technologies in many processes and activities. Thank you.
Audible?
Yes, sir.
So was that the conclusion of the debate? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so thank you so much. So have a wonderful debate, but I had some technical problems here, but it's still recorded. The voices are recorded. The video was not there. It's okay. So yes, there was a very good discussion that we have about the how organization achieves competitiveness, productivity, profitability by having technological innovation and adapting to the creative technology. You talk about the creative technology, the technological innovation, give very good examples of big data, artificial intelligence, and all. Also, some companies, good companies as well. You have given about the McDonald's, National Geographic Channel, IKEA, and other lots of company. Yes, how organization efficiency can be achieved by technology, how competitiveness competitive advantage can be obtained through information system and internet, how ICT can be used for efficiency. Yes, just a brief on what we can improve is, yes, some of you are still, I think, is reading from the screen. Please try to avoid it, and also some of you are taking a lot of time to give examples. Yes, we have to talk about, I have talked about it in the previous group as well. It's about when we are talking about the innovation, it should add value to the customer. So customer satisfaction is the main thing, as well as we have to have some strategy for measuring the productivity as well, how the output productivity output is there, as well as we have to measure our progress in in a regular interval nowadays. I have gone through the BCG matrix, Boston Consulting Group. They have the list of most innovative companies. Okay, so innovative companies. If we see the most innovative companies, we can see Apple, Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft, Samsung, Huawei, Alibaba, IBM, Sony, and Facebook. And these most innovative companies, the top 10 companies, we see that they are the most profitable one as well. So we have to say that, yes, technological innovation and creative technology are required for the success of the companies in this VUCA environment. Okay, yes, the companies should also consider not just having the innovation, but how can it create the value, and also have some disruptive innovation which change the normal proceeding of what we are seeing. Okay, so that we should know by this and this your this discussion. We got to know more about, sorry, and more about the importance of having adopting the new innovative technology for the competitiveness and productivity. And these all are related as well. For if you have good productivity, yes, it can act as an competitive advantage, as per Porter has said about the cost advantages. Okay, so it all is related as well. So thank you for this session. And I now like to stop the recording, and then we can discuss the other proceedings as well.